Hi, welcome to London's craziest gangster with me, Mr. Fish. I'm the man standing on the pavement, riding on a bus, sitting on a train, looking at all you people thinking, I wonder what it's like to be you. To wake, to work, to eat, to sleep, to dream, to die. Oh, mate, oi, in it, man. Hey, you know when you go through life, you always need people to surround you and help you. And so today I'd like to just a couple of people, dedications. I'd like to say thank you to Bisky, Sierra, Rodney, Little Mark from the White Horse, Steve Murphy, Jamie, little Jamie Warren, Lewis, from McCungan. I'd like to say, hi, and Georgie Stevens, PK, big PK, Ladbroke Grove, big man in the game, love him to the max. Sorry if I upset you the other day, it was never meant to. Dan, I haven't seen you for a while. I've been a bit away, but I hope you're really well. Yeah, love you to the max. I'd like to say, thank you, all these people, Baron, Gary Brooks, top man, surrogate dad, Harry, my foster son, I love Harry. Harry, you're a G. For everything, like when people talk about kids, when you talk about upbringing, when people talk about, Harry came from nothing. Harry was not his fault where Harry lived. And that's another thing with kids. Some kids have a bad upbringing or are brought into the world not in a nice atmosphere, not in a nice way, not with nice parents, not with nice people. And it's not their fault. It's not their fault. They can't control the world that their parents brought them into. So it's not their fault. But I love Harry. Harry came from nothing. And Harry, let me explain. Let me explain how I got Harry. Harry used to live with his stepbrother and his stepbrother's wife. Yeah. And Harry used to be bullied by them and treated bad by them and sent out to petrol stations at 3 in the morning in just a t-shirt in the snow and a pair of shorts. Do you know what I mean? Mad. Harry, they always treated him bad, always screaming, shouting, arguing. Harry took it. This is only 10 11, but this was right. And so I always tried to give Harry the PlayStation, different things and close to help him out. They didn't give him nothing, and the poor kid had nothing, so you had to try and help him. You know what I'm saying? So it's funny he should become my boy now because it's mad. And so what happened was, some of you might have seen a podcast earlier. I did. What I want to say is because when people talk about kids and bringing kids up, and so Harry's brother's wife, I was in the middle of dealing with a problem, and from a neighbour, and Harry's brother's wife came past, and Harry's brother's wife said, "All right, Fish." And so all I said to her was, "Chris, how's your father?" All I said to her was, "Please, Ollie, bear with me." That's all I said. Nothing more. Respectful, polite. I'm in the middle of dealing with a situation. That's how it should be. Help your fellow neighbour. Not like today we're all scared and fearful. No one even talks. Not like you can live in a block of flats you don't even know who lives next door to you. That's ridiculous. Our generation, we all knew each other. We all helped each other. And we all watched each other's children grow and helped each other. That was how it is. Now, you're all alone. It's a crash. After I dealt with this situation, I went home, and when I woke up, there was a note, and the door. And my mate came in, and he saw the note, and he said, "What's this?" And so I looked at the note, and he said, "Who do you think you are talking to my wife like a piece of shit?" I was confused, you know what I mean? Because like, yeah, sorry Ollie, I'm just in the middle of doing shit, but please bear with me. How's that talking to your wife like a piece of shit? Now you have to remember, this guy, he's 6'8", 6'7", built like a big shit house, bully off the state, bullies his wife, bullies the kids, proper, damn right, nasty, ugly, dirty piece of it. But, hey, he's Harry's guardian, he's on the estate, so I went round, politely and with respect, and Crash knocked on the door. He said, "Look, Matt, I never told you, I never disrespect you, I wouldn't do it." I said, "Come on, mate, before you put notes through the door." And he went, "Hang on, don't fucking come round here shouting, giving it all that." Crash, how's your father? But you know, and this is what I was talking about yesterday. Why is it people always take respect and politeness for weakness? And you know something else I've noticed with today's society? When danger is staring you in the fucking face and you haven't got your fucking mask on, yeah, when you're just dressed normal, people can't see it. People cannot see danger anymore. They're not able to see when someone's about to explode, when someone, they can't see it. And also, because the person is respectful and polite, they think that you're an idiot, or you're a fool, or you're some piece of scum. But what they don't realise is, we have to be respectful and polite. We have to. Because you see, when we say we're going to do something, we do it. And the only way we don't stop it is if we, hang on mate, thought we're in the wrong here, not the right. But let me tell you something, we do it. And not only do we do it properly, and we hurt people. So you know what? In order to avoid all this, we respect you regardless of who you are, what you do, who you know, where you're going. We respect you because we know if you send us across that line, it's going to be serious damage. But people just don't see it. And I mean, at the time now, when this all happened, I'm looking after my pal. He's a multi-millionaire, got a brand, going all over, suing and booing. I'm dry tearing. Like, wake up. You know, he ain't got me around him because I'm a home help. He ain't got me around him because I'm home help, alright? Wake up. And so he then said, "Yeah, fuck off out, man." And I thought, you know what? You bully everyone on the estate, okay? Treat everyone like bitches. I thought, you know what? I'm going to deal with you today. So Crash, I've hit him, gone down on the floor, and yeah. See? First guy to stand up to him now. Do you know what I mean? Because I hate it. Mate, I hate people that try and play old Johnny Bad Boy, give it all the spiel. And that's why even now today I've got things that I'm dealing with from 25 years ago. Listen, don't do it. Please don't do it, and trust me. And the thing is, you know, I'm not going to go there because things can be done so Crash out your father. But yeah, it's sad. And so he's called the police, and I thought, okay, cool. Now, the police have turned up 15-handed because of my CV. But as they're all standing around there, the police officer's gone to me. He's looking at me, so I'm looking at this policeman. And I'm thinking, what's wrong? And he said to me, you know what? We've got 15 police officers here, and you're the most gentlest, quiet, politest, respectful man I've ever come across. And I said, you know what, sir? Don't read the shit. Yeah? Take me as it. If you bring it to me, I'm going to bring it back to you. It's as simple as that. Okay? It's not an issue. Alright? I don't cause trouble. I respect police. I don't. But if you bring it to me, I'm going to bring it back. Regardless whether you're a policeman, soldier, whatever. If you bring it to me, I'm going to bring it back. That's the rules. Okay? And that's why. That's another thing I always laugh at people today. See people now, because we see we've taken on the Americans' attitude. We've taken on look after number one. We've taken on respect materialistic shit, respect money, don't respect each other. Now, that is why we are now having the same problem as the Americans. And I always laugh with the American when I look at them interacting with police. But you know what? I saw a video and these police officers had stopped outside the shop because he saw 3 black people. Not really, he stopped outside the shop because there were 3 workers working late in the shop. Okay. So the police officer went to the shop, yeah, and said, crash over, let's see if it's worth it. Forget that. So the police officer went to the shop, yeah, crash out's your father. And he said, knocked on the door and said, are you meant to be here? And the guy said, and he's a black guy, the guy said, why? What do you want? He goes, because it's very late. The officer said, because it's very late. Most shops are shut this time, and it's very unusual to see a shop open this late and people in it. The guy said, so what? So we're in it. So what? What's it to you? And the guy kept going on and on like absolute hatred for the police, and I just laughed and I thought he made such a big thing out of it. And they said the coppers were racist, they were this and racial profiling, and they didn't give to eating product. But you know what? You were just a black piece of shit. Because you know what, yeah? You owned your store, but listen, it was simple. A copper comes to your door, okay? Crash. Are you the shop's open late, right? I'm the owner of the store. It's my shop, we're working late. Thank you for being concerned, and thank you very much. I'm going up. That's it. What's the issue? You should be grateful that the policeman, regardless of whether you're black, white, at least had the decency to stop and check you weren't being burgled. And that's why I laugh at them. And this is the problem now that we have in our country, because the kids are so back chat now, and because they've learned from the rat, and because they've got this attitude, this is the same thing that we see occurring here now. You're talking to the police, proper disrespect, treating them like shit, dirt and scum. And you know what makes me laugh with these people? Half of them have never done nothing. I always laugh when people go, I don't want to talk like the police could be watching me. I hate the police, I don't like the police. And I'm like, but you ain't done nothing. I've done it all. We've done the armed robberies, we've done the shootings, we've done the hits, we've done the lot. I don't hate police. I've been bashed the fuck by them, kicked the fuck by them, smashed. I've been smashed the fuck by prison officers. I don't hate prison officers. I don't hate them. I don't worry about them. I never care if they're following me. So crack on. If they're following me, it's a result because I know they're on me. But what I'm telling you is, when people come to me and say they hate police and don't like police, I'm like, listen, we know that there are good and bad police. Going to get police in colours, race, religion, that's it. And we know There are many innocent people in prison. That's it. But at the same time, they're good, please. And at the same time, when your daughter goes missing, or your son, or your child, or your parent with dementia, or your nan or Alzheimer's, or when your nan's house is getting burgled and she's too old to defend herself, or your granddad, or the elderly, they can't defend themselves. Yeah? It's that last line of defense that you hated. It's that last line of defense that you don't like that is coming to their rescue. Crash, how's your father? You get stopped. You know, I see all these issues about stop and search. Do you know what? Done it on black, you know. I've been stopped and searched. Who cares? If I ain't got nothing on me and I'm not doing nothing, why should I give a fuck if a copper stops and searches me? Who cares? What, is that it? Is that it? Mate, if you carry a gun or if you're in the gun, then yeah. But like, who cares? Like, come on. And the attitude they taught to me. This is the problem. And they wonder why the police keep coming back at them because they've turned that into the game now. Yeah? We'll get them again. Yeah. You've turned them against it. You hate them, so now they hate you. You know? Very sad. And so Crash, I've hit Matty. Crash, how's your father? Called the police came. As the police came, Matty was going wee, out the window. And I remember one of the policemen saying, Crash, I bet you ate him, didn't you? I said, nah, him? Nah, not me, mate. Crash. So then I got nicked and I had to go to Brighton. Yeah, it's an old podcast story, but I'm bringing it up to say about kids and how you take them on. And Craig had to go to Brighton for a traffic offence. I didn't have no money to get back to Buckinghamshire. And all the way back, Crash, how's your father? Hey, listen, I had to laugh you. I'm saying, Fish, listen, mate. Don't worry about it. It's cool. Forget it. It's trivial. Yeah? All the way through it, yeah? Crack, yeah. Well, as soon as I got back, you know the group. Crash jumped straight all over his seat. I was jumping on it, mate. I should have been in a trampoline competition. That's how your fault. I should have been acrobatics. So Crash, what's happening here, yeah? On the phone, I'm in a podcast, ain't too clever. So Crash, what's happening here, yeah? I've then run up to the door. Crash, I'm smashing in this door, I'm kicking this door down. Listen, one of the neighbours, I've got all the neighbours on my estate. I love my neighbours. I said I love people. Put people first. Not dough, not money. People. And so Crash, the neighbour, come out, little Eileen, Dave Ruddy, your mum. And she said, Fish, please. Like, leave it, let it go. Come on, go back to jail. So she calmed me down. So I went home. The next morning, Crash, out your father, I'm like, mate, are these people on crack? The next morning, yeah, he's got a Granada, newer than the Sierra. And he's got the audacity, the cheek, the absurdity, Crash, on it, how's your father at it? He's got the audacity to park it outside my house. Stop it now. Stop it now. Trust me, Nitto, stop it, yeah? Mate. Out came the motorbike jacket. Out came the wig, yeah, for the Euro 2006. No, the Euro's earlier. It was earlier because I got nicked events, so it must have been earlier. Euro 2004, whatever it was, yeah. Remember that, the Black Weeks. And out came the axe. 8:30 a.m. Prime time, people going to work, kids going to school, dog walkers walking the dog. And I have just, Psychopath Anonymous, crashed that car to bits with the axe. I tell them, people walking their dog and they're like, ah! Boom, U-turn, kids going to school, stand on the brake. Mum, it's Freddy Krueger. Listen, people were just, get out of here. You know what I mean? It was hilarious. So I've done that. And I've had to run through the back streets, take all the clobber off, get it all done. And as I've done it, I've gone back to my pal, Mr. Morrissey, and Crash, how's your father? He said to me, are you coming or going? I said, coming. He laughed. So he took all the gear and we burnt it all. You know, always burn the clothes whenever you go to work. It's the lawless religion. Crash has it. Standard number one. And so Crash, I've gone back. And the old bill of nicked me. Yeah? But when they took me to court, they said, you're not going to get bail. You're nicked now. You're definitely not going home. But when they took me to court, we showed the judge the letter. And so Crash, the judge said, no, I'm not jailing Mr. Fish. He's written the letter. He wrote the note. No, he brought it on himself. So I've gone back home. And as I've gone back home, Harry's stepbrother, Matty, he's looking out the window. So I went, hello, mate, all right, are ya? Are you all right? And he had a panic attack, you see, when I done the car. So I said, still laughing, eh? Well, I'm laughing now. I'm laughing now. I went, how's your car's all right? Yeah, okay. He went, oh, they're only bits of metal. I went, yeah, but you had a panic attack, no, didn't ya? Yeah, mate, crash. Bosh. So anyway, I said to him, you know what, mate? If you're not out of that house with your wife and kids, property, and gone off this estate in 4 weeks, please believe me. Please, trust me. I'm getting it. Please believe me. How long do you think it took? Bearing in mind, I'm a member of Psychopaths Anonymous, keeping a dead man's Bible, all the rules of society are firm customers. How long do you think it took? Crash. Slowly crash. How's your father? Even slower. How's your father? A week and a half. A week and a half. I call that a G. A week and a half. And so they come with a great big removal lorry. Surrounded. Mate, you would have thought I was an assassin. They surrounded the lorry, surrounded the estate. I mean, it was hilarious. All to move him and his wife off the property. So anyway, they were gone. I sat down to celebrate. And guess what? Comes round the corner, I see little Harry. I said, Harry, what are you doing here? This is the scum, the dirt, the filth, the deprivation that May and his ex and his stupid wife, Ollie, were. This was the filth, the dirt, the scum, the scourge. Oxygen thieves. This is what they are, oxygen thieves, yeah? The air they breathe could be used to keep better people alive. They left Harry, a 7-year-old kid, on his own, nothing. You know, how could you do that? How? So you know what? I looked at Harry and I thought, I can't be doing that. I ain't going to be responsible for this kid's downfall. I'm nowhere. So I went to all the residents around the estate and I was trying to say, look, I was trying to say, look, I was trying to say, look, how do I get Harry a place? How am I going to help him? They said, oh, we don't know. Everyone said, so, you know, I thought, you know what, I'm not having this. And this is what I'm saying about people. You've got to stick with it. You've got to fight, man. Too many people just accept everything. Oh, I'm not on that bus. I'm like, listen, let's do this thing. That's me, I'm on it. Listen, I don't shy away. Yeah? I'm not on this pussy tip. Let's do this thing. Let's sort it. So what I done, I took him to the housing trust that we belong to. And I said, listen, see this kid, his mum died. And because his mum died, his stepbrother and stepwife got the flat to look after him. They've gone now and they've left him. There's a studio across the road from me. Give him the studio, you take the 3-bedroom, and I become his guardian. Cry, how's your father? Caring. And they done it. Couldn't believe it. They actually done it. Crash, how's your father? They done it. I mean, no waiting list, no red tape, no bureaucracy. No, they just done it. And fair play, Octavia Housing, I will give it to you. Fair play to you for that. Respect, big respect. And so he became my kid. And Harry, he had seen all these other drug dealers making their money, and he'd seen all these other people getting good things, and he was influenced by that. I mean, he didn't realise at the time, but he was influenced by these people. I suppose because he'd never had it. So I grabbed Harry, I said, look Harry, do me a favour, you will work. You will fucking work. Grab it, I said, you will. Don't be coming all that shit to me. You will go to work, you will get a job, you will work, you will live life, yeah? And get a fair shit flat. So, you know, Harry was angry with me over that. And he came back to me later on that afternoon and he said, Fish, I don't want your key anymore. And I said, listen, Harry, let me tell you a little something. Why your dead mum sent you to me, I don't know. I really don't know. But since she has, Crash House, your father, you keep that key until you've got a job and you can furnish your flat. Okay? And you've got your okay. Once those two things have been achieved, you can take that key and shove it anywhere you want. Later on that day, I called Harry and I said to Harry, sit down. I know we fell out this afternoon, but it's for your own good. But listen to me, kid. Tomorrow I've got to go on a bit of work. And this bit of work could cost me 25 years, I could get shot. I said, but don't worry, I told my brother, see, well, everything is to be given to you, okay? So Harry said, Fish, I'm tired, can I go home? So I said, yeah. So anyway, next morning I'd done the work, bang, bang, lit off guns, 200 grand on the bed. I called Harry, Crash House, your father. And I say, look at that, Harry. Have you done that? What? What'd you get that? What'd you get that? What'd you get that? What? Wait, what'd you get that? What'd you get? What? Like, I said, Harry, yesterday you nearly kicked the gift horse in the mouth. Okay? I'm trying to help you, Harry, not hurt you. So I gave him some money and told him to go and enjoy his life. You know, since then, Harry's become a manager, the locksmith. Harry's got a lovely girlfriend. Harry lives in Buckinghamshire. Harry's on a brilliant range. And Harry, as much as he drives the owner, Gary, mad, and as much as he can drive anyone mad, but you have to give him for his you know. Harry, you couldn't have asked for a better kid. You couldn't. And the things he's achieved put me to shame. And I'm so proud of him. I'm honoured to even met him and brought him into my life. Happy that out of the bad came the good. And I'm happy he's happy now. He still struggles with life, you know, but we all doing it. We all have our moments. That's what I love about it. Very loyal, staunch, proper. You know, and he come through some problems and dealt with them. That's why I love him the most. So, Carrie, that's why I dedicate this show to you as well. And Gary, for taking him on, because Gary became his surrogate. And Brenda, all the people that helped Harry get to where he is today. And Danny, and Daniel, all the rest of it. Anyway, my name's Mr. Fish, London's craziest gangster. Remember where you saw me first. Remember where you heard me last. Don't forget to hit the button to like and subscribe to keep the show alive. And remember, if angels die and devils, if angels fly and devils die, how come I'm still alive? Crash. Good to be back.